I'm Chris.
And I'm Cherie, and we're of tech+nomad, yeah?
And we are here at the Florida RV SuperShow, which is apparently the world, or at least the U.S.'s largest RV show. And our first time in 10 years we've actually been to this.
So it's been kind of one of those bucket list items, and it's a great place to shop for an RV.
This was actually on your bucket list?
Well, it's every RVer has this list of events they should go to. Albuquerque
Right.
Balloon Fiesta, Burning Man, Coachella, the Air Show, and the various big RV shows and rallies.
This is something, I wouldn't put it on your bucket list, but if you get a chance to see this is a good show to come to, particularly if you are shopping for an RV, because there's probably no better place to compare probably 1,000 different models, and you could really get a sense for different floor plans and especially the different quality levels, because that's what varies so much from brand to brand.
Everything on the scale, and I can say after 10 years on the road and having visited lots of friends in a wide variety of RVs in all quality shapes, it wasn't really until coming here and being able to step from one to the next that you really get that perspective of the range and quality and features and layouts that are available on the market.
In most RVs, the quality level goes from bad to worse, so you really kind of get to observe that when you could then go to some of the very high quality RVs, and it just feels differently to walk inside. You don't smell the formaldehyde, you don't feel the floors creak, and you're like, wow, this is the brand new RVs. They smell, they creak, the walls are flimsy to push against, and it gives you a great sense of what's good and what's not so good in the industry.
So we're standing in front of a Tab, which is what we started our full-time RVing journey in 2006 when Chris hit the road solo. He picked one of these out and then picked me up.
Did not expect to have to fit a girl into this tiny little 16-foot trailer. Was a clamshell with the bare minimum model too. It had a cooler instead of a refrigerator. Of course, I upgraded it.
Did not have a television out the back.
I upgraded it. We had a big electrical system, solar panels on the roof, Wi-Fi streaming audio, and all sorts of other good stuff, but did not have a toilet, did not have a shower, did not have an air conditioner, did not have a refrigerator. This tiny little Tab in the same physical space now actually has all of that. And particularly, I'm impressed they were able to fit a shower.
No, there's no wardrobe in it. We did have a wardrobe, which was kind of, it's a hit or miss.
For full timing, it was useful.
But it's really interesting to see a little guy has taken over the production of it. Ours was by Thor at the time. Definitely had quality issues. The little guy seems to have done a really good job with it. They just feel a lot more solid. And talking with other Tab owners who have the newer ones, they seem to be very happy with them. So
small little independent company taking the same design and making it probably, I'd say, 10 times just the rough feel of quality versus Thor. When I bought my Tab, there were screws that were not attached to walls. Things were missing their holes and stuff. I had to basically take it apart and rebuild it. So
we've been looking at the wide variety of RVs here at the show. It's been very interesting to kind of see the quality progression and going up. There's even a fiberglass double hull model here by Parkline. We can actually walk over that way. Yeah. Definitely, it's not, our second RV was an Oliver, which was a very high-end,
ridiculously high quality
fiberglass.
And so nothing here is in the Oliver caliber that we've seen.
Maybe a Newell would be.
Small size, small and high quality.
And that's what's interesting here is there is a lot of the smaller RVs represented. So Roadtreks, Pleasureways, Heimers. Even Heimer has a great little pull-behind trailer that they claim can go behind a Mini Cooper. It looked really well. It's a prototype, not available in the States yet.
Yep, only in Germany. The Pleasureway, the Class Bs, these are the nicest vans I've ever seen, and I love that they're actually incorporating an option for lithium and a decent amount of solar power on them. So if you're looking for a camper van, there it is.
So here's the Parkliner, which is more similar to what we did our next 3 years of full-timing in after we got rid of the Tab, with a double hull fiberglass egg of similar size. Ours was a 17-footer. Yep. We did step inside. This one, it is nice. It's definitely a step up from the Casita.
The double hulls are really a fabulous design. Engineering-wise, it's good, but it doesn't have that. The Oliver was built like a yacht quality with stainless steel fittings everywhere, all the attention to detail on the trim, and then the custom frame was quite phenomenal with the huge tanks.
So here you've got everything from the small trailers and pull-behinds all the way up to the big 40.
Here's one of the smallest ones right there. Pull behind your motorcycle.
But then they also have the large coaches. So up at the beginning of where you come in is a big room, I call it the quality room, that they have the Newells, the Prevos, the Ford Travels, Airstreams, Roadtrek, Pleasureway. So what I call the higher quality end stuff. And there you have other smaller, the little small van size stuff, trailers, Airstream trailers, all the way up to its 45-foot bus.
Mega coaches. But And even the real buses, the ones that are built on Prevost chassis.
And then you go and explore the entire grounds here. It's acres and acres and thousands of RVs. All the different manufacturers are represented here. Most of them anyway, not a lot of even some of the independent ones that you won't be able to see unless you're traveling to their factory. So that's really cool. But what I do see missing in the industry is that mid-size motorhome size. So you've got the van or you've got the 40 to 45 foot coach. There's some in the 38 foot range, but there's very few options.
The 30 and 35 footers tend to be gas. They tend to be really cheaply made. I would love to see the 45 foot, the quality of the big 45 foot Class A's in a 30 foot or 35 foot chassis, and I don't know of anybody who's making something like that in the industry right now.
You've got the Tiffins and the Newmars here. Those are both very popular, what I would say high-end motorhomes, but not quite the luxury end with the Ford Travels and Newells and Prevosts. They definitely have quality to them, and they're more in a medium price range, more in the $250 to $500 range retail anyway.
Medium price range.
Used. So there is the whole range that you can go and step from one to another, everything from things you can get in for brand new for under 10 grand all the way up to over $1 million. So it's kind of interesting to be here.
Yep. And now one RV shopping tip that even if you don't want to buy a new RV, come look at the new ones and then go look at the ones that are 5 or 10 years old of that same model just to see how they aged. And then you know what you're getting into, and then go buy the used models. But let somebody else take that initial hit.
If you want.
Yeah.
That's a great way to go about it, is buy an older, high-end coach.
Even 20 years old, the high-end ones really hold their quality as they age.
Definitely the Newmars and Ford Travels of that class. But it's great to come to a show like this just to get the variety if you're in the shopping phase. If you haven't decided on what it is you want yet for your RV, it's a great way to compare a lot of things all at once. For those of us that have been on the road for a while, it's kind of same old for us. We've been to the FMCA rallies, Escapees rallies,
Big Tennis Quartzsite.
It's just more of the same. The same vendors are in the supplier room
you can
selling.
Get grill mats, vibrating chairs,
and occasional RV equipment.
And some new stuff shows up, so there's some pretty interesting stuff.
But by and large, if you're on the road already, it may not be as interesting, unless you just want to kind of get a pulse on what the industry is doing. Not seeing a huge amount of innovation in the designs of the RVs. Some more lithium showing up in some of the RVs.
Did like the Class A's with, the fifth wheels with living rooms up instead of bedrooms up. That was actually a really innovative design, I thought.
So there's some innovation coming on, but not much. A lot of the RVs, like there's one manufacturer we saw, they're advertising they have a bunkhouse for families. Well, they basically took the back closet out of a rear bathroom you have to go through the master bedroom into the rear bathroom, and then there's 2 bunks in basically what was the closet.
Basically, the bunks are hanging over the toilet. This is the master toilet. This is like the worst design for families ever, and they're saying.
Well, assuming so. We don't have trouble with family, but I know if I had kids, I don't think I'd want them sleeping on the other side of my bathroom.
No, it's horrible design.
So anyway, that's our experience here. We came to the Super Show because we were invited by Spartan Chassis to do a ride-along in their new auto
braking, at least first step towards auto driving.
The collision avoidance or mitigation, I think they call it technically. Yes. We got to ride in an RV as we tried to crash into things, and the
RV would override and say, "You idiot! No, I'm stopping."
And then they also took us on the interstate for their cruise control,
adaptive cruise control, set a following distance and stick with it. So it was pretty sweet.
That was pretty cool. But we're gonna pack it up. We've been here about a day, and it's time to head on.
We've seen plenty.
We're not shopping for a motorhome. We're shopping for a boat, and that's our next stop. So.
Okay. Take care.